So I saw this meme on Instagram. Somehow my algorithm seems to know me very, very well because this is extremely niche. Anyway, it says me looking at her, realizing she has the perfect genes for her future kids. Now, obviously, of course, this is supposed to be satirical. It's a joke. But the reason why jokes are funny to some people is because there's typically a layer of truth behind those jokes. And obviously, this is recommended into my algorithm. So when I see it, I find it funny because to me, there's a layer of truth in there. You know, as ridiculous as it sounds to a lot of you neurotypical folks, someone like me, this actually is a pretty relatable thing. You know, like when I look at a pretty girl, I'm not just attracted to her. Yes, of course, you know, like hormone wise, like I'm physically attracted to her, but the logic side of my brain is also thinking like, okay, well, logically, it would be a good idea to have kids with her as well, just because the offspring would turn out pretty good. You know, if she's got ideal height, she's got colored eyes, or, you know, an ideal pheno, well, I'd like to think that my kids have a pretty decent chance at turning out pretty attractive. And if you're black pilled, you know how much this stuff matters. If somehow you made it onto this channel and you're not already black pilled, I don't know how the fuck you got here. But welcome to the rabbit hole. But I'm gonna assume the majority of you guys are already pretty deep into the Blackpool if you found the Julius Perceiver Raw channel somehow. You know, if you're a wanderer who stumbled in here, good luck to you because you're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on in this episode? But yeah, so I can't help but feel and think this way on an everyday basis when I see a pretty girl or whatever. Like, this is something that goes through my head. Now, what I wanted to talk about is how normal people seem to view this. And I'm not surprised at all by it. If you check into the comment section of this video, you'll see that most people are kind of like disgusted by this or think it's ridiculous. Like one person said, or you could just look at her for who she is and not just the mother of your kids. And of course, like, I want to think that way too. I want to think the neurotypical way. I want to think like Joe next door. I wish I could think like that. I wish I could just have that normie mindset of like, well, just like people for who they are and not recognize that the reason you're attracted to someone is because of biological hardwirings that you have no control over. But because I've went down these rabbit holes many years ago, because I've looked into how genetics work and evolution, I know the the programming behind all the hardwiring, and I know why I'm attracted to someone, and it makes me obviously look at the consequences of things like genetic recombination. And so it makes me always think like, okay, well, am I really that bad of a person for caring about the probabilistic outcomes of my future offspring? Like, I get that makes me appear super autistic and weird and strange to the average person, but you know, if you just look at the facts, like, is it really that crazy? Like, most people care about their kids, right? So let's say hypothetically you had this understanding that I have, you agreed with these facts that, you know, looks matter a lot, not just in terms of being able to reproduce and like have dating success, but also in terms of how much money you're making, in terms of the positive reinforcement you get every day. Like, if you're able to just enjoy life on a regular basis because people are always making you feel good, you're able to easily make friends, you're not getting bullied because of some genetic phalo in your face or your height, or it helps you in jobs as well. Like, there's so many advantages to looks. So like, obviously I want to make sure my kid has good looks. I want to make sure he's like optimized to a degree. And like, some normies, you know, if they were to hear something like that, like optimize with thinking about your future offspring, thinking about your future kid, They would think I'm like utterly insane and weird and cringe. But like, just try to think about it open-mindedly. Like, is it really that crazy? Like, when you have a kid, you care about your kid, right? So what if I'm giving you facts? I'm giving you facts about things that are impacting the kid's life, their quality of life, but I'm just giving you these facts in advance before you actually have the child. So like, I'm preparing you. I'm saying like, look, here's XYZ that is important to ensure that your future kid has a good life. And like, most people like agree with this on in different areas of life. Like, most people before they have a kid, they might consider moving to an area with a good school system because they think that that actually matters. It actually doesn't fucking matter the school system your kid goes to. It's almost all genetics. And the good school systems end up being self-fulfilling prophecies. I made an entire video where I addressed this with genetic determinism, and I referenced the book Blueprint a lot in it. But yeah, the schooling system stuff, that's a whole topic to get into another video. But the point I'm just trying to make is people try to look out for their future kid in advance, just in different aspects, right? So people will try to put their kid in a good neighborhood where it's going to be safe, where they're not going to, get robbed going down the street. They're going to try to put the kid in a good schooling system. And all this is maybe even prior to the wife getting pregnant. So is it that crazy to then apply that same logic of planning in advance to the genetics and the looks of your kid? Because once you accept the fact that looks matter, because they fucking do, we all know this deep down too. Like, even if you're not black pilled, like, we all kind of know this. It's just politically incorrect to admit. So like, you're gonna tell me that like I'm fucking crazy for looking out for the quality of my life of my future children? Like, is it really that crazy? I don't think it is when you just like break all the facts down, but obviously this is something that neurotypical people are just never going to do because they can't even get past the initial phase of accepting that looks are important and that looks matter. Like, they won't admit that publicly, they won't articulate it, and consequently that's going to impact their actions as well. All right, the memory card filled up, but one comment that I wanted to highlight: ew, I would rather die than to have a conversation with a person who thinks about children, DNA, and looks. And then the reply is, me too, the purest form of love should exist beyond the all layers of human persona. It only should be him and me. Okay, so like, I'll preface by saying I'm not mad at all that they think this way. Like, I can't blame them for thinking this way. Like, this is how neurotypical people think. But it just is a little bit disheartening because I can't change the way I think. The same way people can't change their race, they can't change like certain parts of their face, their face in general. That same way, like, I can't change the way I think, like being neurodivergent. And part of the way I think is when I see facts, I start like seeing how those facts then impact other things, and I just look into it logically because like, I think this is how most people should be thinking, right? Like, if we all agree that looks matter, like, why would you not want to give the best genetic recombination probabilities to your future child? And this isn't even getting into like embryo selection. That's a whole rabbit hole we could go into in another video. Like 3 years ago, I made a video on the future of that on the main channel, Julius Perceiver, if you want to check that out. Yeah, I was talking about that shit way before anyone else. But this is even without talking about it. This is just giving like natural genetic recombination probabilities to your child. Like, is it that unreasonable for that to cross your mind? Like, is it that disgusting? I don't think it is. Like, I feel like, and I mean, this is how we're wired anyway. This is why you find certain people attractive. You just don't know it. The whole hardwiring behind your brain, the whole reason why you find people attractive is so your offspring will also be attractive and have success reproducing, the sexy son hypothesis. So yeah, you think the same way, you fucking Instagram commenter. You just don't know why you think the same way, okay? So don't think you're like so far above me. But well, you are, cuz you're fucking neurotypical. But I don't know, like let me know if like you guys ever think the same way. Like I don't know, just feeling kind of disheartened when normies like say things like this, cuz like I can't get rid of this information that's in my head. I can't just delete this information and my thought process that is now like what seems logical and like wanting to look out for my future offspring. I can't just turn that off. Now I could put up a facade and pretend like I don't know it exists, which is exactly what I do. Like when I'm dealing with girls, you think I talk like this, like a neurodivergent fucking retard? No, not at all. Like I act like I retard max when I'm with girls and other neurotypical people, and I've gotten pretty good at that. You know, I'm an actor too. The way I'm talking to you right now, like I never talk like this in public. So I could put up a facade and hide it, right? But deep down, I can't change the fact that I think like this. And maybe some of you guys think like this too. But yeah, it's unfortunate that if this were to get revealed, you know, any girls that I'm seeing, they come across this video, because somehow every fucking girl that I end up seeing after like a month or so, they turn into the best FBI agents ever, and they start finding every single thing about me, stuff that I didn't even know. So yeah, it's just a matter of time until they even find these kinds of videos, but I don't even give a fuck. You know, if you're one of the fellow FBI agents watching this video, sweetheart, right now, I don't give a fuck, because, yeah, I just don't care anymore. And something I do care about is, I don't know, I want to make these videos for other people who think like me, and just in general, people in the black pill community who feel like their ideas are not heard or like gaslit. I want to like be the voice out there to let you know that like you're not alone. Like other people think like you too. And especially sub fives. Like I want to try to have a positive impact on sub fives lives, cuz at the very least sub fives want to be understood, and modern society just fucking gaslights them. All right, that's enough for this tangent. Let's finish it.